Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, let me tell you something. There are forces in this world. Some you can see, some you can't. Some you can fight with your fists, and some you got to fight with your faith, your mind, your heart. But make no mistake, when you start feeling like something ain't right, trust that instinct. Because the battle ain't always in the physical. Sometimes the war is spiritual. Trust your instincts. That's the first rule of survival, the first rule of success, and the first rule of self-protection. The moment you start feeling like something is off, like the air is heavier, like the energy around you is shifting, like your spirit is uneasy, you better listen. That's not just paranoia. That's not just overthinking. That's your inner voice screaming at you, trying to break through the noise, trying to get you to pay attention before it's too late. Too many people dismiss their gut feelings. They ignore that little voice in their head that tells them something ain't right. They let the world convince them that they're just being anxious or superstitious. But let me tell you something. Your intuition is your first defense. It's the alarm system built into your soul, and it's there for a reason. Every time you've ignored it, you've paid the price. Think back. How many times have you looked back and said, I knew it, I should have listened to myself? That's because you already had the answer, but you second-guessed yourself. And let me tell you, in this world, second-guessing yourself is how you get blindsided. Your spirit picks up on things before your mind can process them. You ever walk into a room and just feel off? Like something happened there, like the energy's wrong, like you don't belong? That's real. That's your body, your mind, your soul picking up signals from the unseen. And when you start feeling that in your life, in your relationships, in your situations, don't you dare ignore it. Don't you dare explain it away. You start feeling drained, exhausted, like something is pulling at you, weighing you down, and you don't even know why. That's not just stress. That's not just life. That's something deeper. Your instincts are telling you that there's something or someone messing with your energy. You wake up tired even though you got a full night's sleep. You suddenly feel uneasy around people you used to trust. That's not a coincidence. That's your intuition telling you to wake up. And let's talk about people, because sometimes it's not the situation, it's the people in it. You ever get around somebody and just feel off? Like your body tenses up, like something in you wants to back away, like your soul is telling you to run. But instead of listening, you force yourself to stay. You tell yourself, maybe I'm overreacting, maybe I'm being too harsh, maybe it's just me. No, it's not just you. Your instincts are picking up something your eyes haven't seen yet. And if you ignore it, you might end up paying a price you don't want to pay. Listen to me, people carry energy. Some people walk into a room and the whole place lights up. Others walk in and you feel like the temperature just dropped. And then there are those who smile in your face, who laugh with you, who shake your hand and say all the right things. But something in you knows. Something in you feels that they are not for you. That's your warning sign. That's your chance to move before the damage is done. And let's take it even further. Sometimes you don't just feel it, you start seeing the signs. Strange things happening around you, unexplained losses, bad luck that don't make sense, doors that should have opened slamming shut, people turning on you for no reason. If it don't add up, it's because something else is at play. And if your spirit is telling you to cleanse your space, to cut off certain people, to get closer to your faith, you better listen. This world is full of things you can't see, full of battles being fought in places you don't even know about. And the only thing that can truly guide you through it is that inner voice, that God-given radar inside of you that knows what's real, that knows what's right, that knows when something is trying to bring you down. When your instincts tell you something is wrong, believe them the first time. Because the people who ignore their instincts, they're the ones who learn the hard way. And by the time they realize what's happening, it's already too late. Sign number one, your energy is drained. I'm not talking about being tired after a long day's work. I'm talking about waking up exhausted, feeling heavy like you're carrying something that ain't yours. That's not normal. That's a sign. Number two, your mind is clouded. You can't think straight. Your dreams feel poisoned. Your vision is blurred. That's not you. That's something trying to pull you off course. Number three, unexplained setbacks. You take one step forward, but something yanks you two steps back. Every door you knock on slams in your face. Coincidence? Maybe. But if it keeps happening, you better start looking deeper. Your energy is your power. It is the fuel that drives your dreams, the force that carries you through every battle, the light that makes you unstoppable. And yet too many people give it away without even realizing it. They let negativity creep into their space. They let toxic people drain them. They let situations strip them of their fire. Then they wonder why they feel empty, why they feel exhausted before the day even starts, why their mind is foggy, their spirit is heavy, and no matter how much they rest, they never feel restored because their energy is being stolen and they're allowing it. You ever walk into a room and feel your mood shift? You were fine before, but suddenly something is off. You feel tired, irritated, on edge for no reason. That's energy. You ever talk to someone and after just a few minutes you feel like you just ran a marathon, like they sucked the life right out of you? That's energy, and if you don't learn how to protect yours, you will spend your life running on empty, wondering why you never have the strength to go after what's yours. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Read that again. Some people come into your life like thieves in the night. They pretend to be friends, lovers, supporters, but they are there to take. They feed off your kindness, your strength, your light. They dump their problems on you, drain you with their negativity, and when they walk away, they leave you feeling like a shell of yourself. And the worst part, you let them. You open the door. You make excuses. You say, that's just how they are. No, that's how they are because you allow it. Protecting your energy is not selfish, it is survival. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't fight your battles if you're already defeated by someone else's weight. You can't chase your dreams if you're too busy carrying other people's burdens. If someone is constantly draining you, making you feel small, dimming your light, you have to let them go. No explanations, no second chances, no apologies. Because if they truly cared about you, they wouldn't leave you feeling worse every time they come around. Your environment matters. The people you allow into your space matter. If you surround yourself with negativity, your energy will reflect it. If you let gossip, drama, and chaos consume your mind, your spirit will suffer. If all you do is absorb other people's problems, you will drown in them. Pay attention to how you feel after spending time with certain people. Do you feel uplifted, motivated, or do you feel exhausted, drained, and ready to crawl into a hole? That's not a coincidence, that's a warning. There are people out there who will try to manipulate your energy. They will use guilt, obligation, and even love to keep you tied to them. They will make you feel like you owe them your time, your effort, your emotional strength. They will take and take until there's nothing left of you. And the moment you try to break free, they will call you selfish. Let them. Let them say whatever they need to say. Because at the end of the day, your peace is more important than their opinion. Learn to say no. No, I will not engage in negativity. No, I will not carry your problems at the cost of my own well-being. No, I will not allow toxic energy into my life. No, I will not sacrifice my dreams, my goals, my mental health for people who wouldn't do the same for me. No, I will not lower my energy to match yours. If you can't rise with me, then you can't sit at my table. Your energy is your responsibility. Guard it with everything you have. If something or someone is constantly making you feel weak, uneasy, or drained, that is not where you belong. Protect your space, protect your mind, protect your spirit. Because once your energy is gone, it takes twice as much to get it back. And you have too much to accomplish, too much greatness in you to let anything or anyone steal that from you. Life will test you again and again. It will push you to your limits, knock you down, and dare you to stay there. And if you don't have the mindset of a warrior, if you don't have the resilience to stand back up every single time, you will break. You will start believing that the setbacks mean stop times, that the losses mean you weren't meant to win, that the closed doors mean you should give up. And that is exactly how people fail. Not because they weren't capable, not because they didn't have what it takes, but because they let the struggle convince them they weren't worthy of success. When you go after something big, expect resistance. Expect setbacks. Expect moments where it feels like the whole world is conspiring against you. It's not bad luck. It's not fate trying to tell you to quit. It's the process. Nothing worth having comes without struggle. Nothing meaningful happens without opposition. You think the universe is just going to roll out a red carpet for you to walk into your destiny? No. It's going to throw obstacles in your path to see if you really want it, to see if you'll fight for it, to see if you're strong enough to handle it once you get there. People think setbacks are a sign to stop. No, setbacks are a sign to push harder. When the walls start closing in, when every move forward feels like it's pulling you 3 steps back, when everything around you is trying to break you, that is when you dig deep. That is when you find out who you really are. Because anybody can move forward when things are easy. Anybody can stay motivated when everything is going their way. But real strength, real resilience, that shows up when the odds are stacked against you, when you have every reason to quit, but you refuse to back down. Think about all the greats, people who changed the game, people who went from nothing to something. You know what they all have in common? They were knocked down, rejected, told no, told they weren't good enough, smart enough, strong enough. They faced failures so big that most people would have given up right then and there. But they didn't. They got back up. They kept pushing. And that is why they made it. Because they understood one simple truth. The ones who win aren't the ones who never fall. They're the ones who refuse to stay down. So when you hit a wall, when things go wrong, when your plans fall apart, when the storm comes and tries to drown you, you have 2 choices. You can sit there, complain, feel sorry for yourself, and let it defeat you. Or you can rise. You can adjust your mindset, shift your approach, and attack your goals with even more fire than before. You can let every setback fuel you, make you sharper, make you stronger. Because every time you overcome, every time you push through, you become unstoppable. You have to learn to expect resistance. It's not a punishment, it's preparation. Every struggle is shaping you, hardening you, turning you into the version of yourself that is ready for the life you're trying to build. The struggle is not there to break you. It's there to make sure you deserve what's on the other side. And let me tell you something. If you refuse to quit, if you refuse to be defeated, if you refuse to let the hard times take you out, you will come out the other side stronger than ever. There is no limit to what you can achieve except the one you accept. There is no dream too big except the one you stop chasing. There is no obstacle too great except the one you let defeat you. So when life hits you, hit back harder. When doors close, break through walls. When people doubt you, let them watch as you prove them wrong. Because no setback, no rejection, no hardship has the power to stop you unless you give it permission. And if you refuse to give up, if you refuse to be broken, then nothing in this world can hold you back. Fear is the greatest weapon used against you. It is the chain that keeps you bound, the shadow that lurks over your dreams, the whisper in your mind telling you to sit down when you should be standing up. Fear will make you question your worth. It will make you doubt your power. It will convince you that you are not ready, not capable, not enough. And if you listen to it, if you let it take root inside of you, it will paralyze you. It will steal your destiny right out of your hands, and you won't even realize it until it's too late. You were not born to live in fear. You were not created to tiptoe through life, afraid of making mistakes, afraid of failing, afraid of what people will say. But that's exactly what fear does. It keeps you small. It makes you play safe. It makes you shrink when you should be expanding, hesitate when you should be moving, and settle when you should be rising. And the worst part, fear is a liar. Fear will have you believing in things that don't even exist. It will have you terrified of outcomes that haven't even happened. It will have you running from a battle you were born to win. Look at your life right now. Look at the opportunities you walked away from, the moments you stayed quiet when you should have spoken, the dreams you buried because you were afraid of failing. Every single time you let fear control you, you lost a piece of yourself. And if you don't break that cycle, fear will rob you of everything you were meant to be. You ever notice how fear shows up the loudest when you're about to do something great? The moment you step out of your comfort zone, the moment you decide to go after what's yours, fear starts screaming. What if you fail? What if people judge you? What if you're not good enough? But let me tell you something. If fear is showing up, that means you're on the right path. That means you're getting closer to something powerful. Fear doesn't attack where there's no threat. It doesn't show up in empty places. It only rises when you're about to level up. So when fear tries to hold you back, don't bow to it. Walk through it. Push past it. Fear is a test, and the only way to pass is to move forward anyway. You're scared? Do it anyway. You're unsure? Do it anyway. You don't know what's on the other side? Keep going. Because what's on the other side of fear? Freedom, power, greatness. And the second you stop letting fear make your choices, that's the second you take control of your life. Too many people wait until they feel ready. Let me break it to you. You will never feel ready. The fear won't magically disappear. The doubts won't suddenly vanish. But guess what? You don't need them to. You need to move forward despite the fear. You need to take action while your hands are shaking, while your voice is trembling, while your heart is racing. Because once you step through the fear, once you realize it had no real power over you, it loses its grip. And suddenly, you're free. Fear will always exist. It's part of life. But the difference between people who succeed and people who don't is simple. Successful people feel the fear and move anyway. They don't let it stop them. They don't let it dictate their future. They refuse to let fear win. And that's exactly what you have to do. Because if you don't take control of your fear, it will take control of you. And you did not come this far. You did not fight this hard. You did not survive everything you've been through just to let fear steal your destiny. So stand up, move forward, and never, ever let fear make the choices for you. You were put on this earth for a reason. You have a purpose, a calling, a destiny that is bigger than you can imagine. But if you don't step into it, if you don't own it, if you don't move with intention, you will waste your life chasing things that don't even matter. And let me tell you something, there is no greater tragedy than a person who never realizes their full potential because they let distractions pull them away from their path. Every single day there is something trying to take you off course. The doubts in your mind, the people around you, the negativity in the world, it's all designed to pull your focus away from your purpose. How many times have you sat down, ready to go after something important, and suddenly your phone distracts you? Or someone calls with drama, or self-doubt creeps in and convinces you that maybe you should wait, maybe now isn't the time, maybe you're not ready? That is not a coincidence, that is a test. A test to see if you will let small, meaningless things keep you from your bigger vision. The truth is, most people will never step into their purpose because they are too busy being distracted. They let the opinions of others slow them down. They let fear of failure stop them before they even start. They spend hours scrolling, watching other people live their dreams while ignoring their own. They waste time arguing, engaging in gossip, filling their minds with negativity, and then they wonder why they feel stuck. Let me tell you something. If you don't control your focus, the world will control it for you. You have to be disciplined. You have to be intentional. You have to wake up every day knowing exactly what you are working toward and refusing to let anything pull you away from it. That means cutting off distractions. That means setting boundaries. That means saying no to things that don't serve your purpose, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it makes people upset. Because at the end of the day, your destiny is yours. No one else is going to hand it to you. No one else is going to make it happen for you. It is your responsibility to walk in your purpose. You ever notice how people who are lost in life always have time for drama? They have time to sit around, complain, talk about other people, get caught up in nonsense that leads nowhere. But people who are locked into their purpose, they don't have time for that. They are too busy building, too busy creating, too busy making things happen. That's the difference between winners and everyone else. Winners are focused. They don't get distracted. They don't waste energy on things that don't matter. And let's talk about people for a second, because sometimes it's not just social media or negativity pulling you away from your purpose. It's the people you allow into your space. Some people are sent to help you grow. Others are sent to hold you back. You have to know the difference. If someone in your life is constantly bringing chaos, constantly distracting you, constantly making you doubt yourself, then they are not meant to walk this journey with you. You cannot carry dead weight and expect to fly. You cannot let other people's lack of vision stop you from fulfilling your own. You have to protect your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Your future depends on what you do today. Your success depends on what you choose to give your energy to. If something is not pushing you forward, it is holding you back. And if it is holding you back, you have to let it go. No more excuses. No more waiting for the right time. No more letting distractions win, because every second you waste is a second you will never get back, and you do not have time to waste. You have a purpose to fulfill, and the only way to do that is to lock in, stay focused, and never let anything or anyone pull you away from what you were meant to do. Your intuition is your weapon. It is your inner compass, your guiding force, the voice inside you that always knows the truth. But too many people ignore it. They drown it out with doubt, with overthinking, with the opinions of others. They second-guess themselves, even when every fiber of their being is screaming at them to pay attention. And that is how people end up lost, because they stop listening to the one thing that was built to protect them. You ever get a bad feeling about someone and ignore it? You ever sense that something is off, but you brush it aside, telling yourself you're overreacting? And then later you realize you were right all along. That's not coincidence. That's not paranoia. That is your intuition speaking to you. And every time you ignore it, you weaken it. Every time you push it aside, you make it harder to hear. And the more you silence it, the easier it becomes for negative energy, toxic people, and dangerous situations to creep into your life. Your intuition is your defense against what is unseen. It picks up on energy before your mind can explain it. It senses danger before it fully reveals itself. It warns you about people, places, and situations long before things go wrong. But too often people dismiss it because they can't logically explain it. They wait for proof. They wait for something tangible. But by the time the proof comes, by the time things fall apart, by the time the betrayal happens, it's too late. They've already been hurt. They've already lost time. They've already let something dangerous into their space. Trust yourself. Stop waiting for validation. Stop asking other people for permission to believe in what you already know. If something feels off, it is off. If a person's energy doesn't sit right with you, walk away. If a situation doesn't feel right in your spirit, remove yourself. You don't need to explain. You don't need to justify it. You don't need to convince anyone else. Your intuition is yours. It is there to protect you, not to make sense to other people. You ever wonder why some people seem to move through life without getting caught up in drama, without constantly getting hurt, without always dealing with the wrong people? It's because they trust their intuition. They don't ignore red flags. They don't let emotions cloud their judgment. They listen to that first instinct and they act on it without hesitation. And because of that, they avoid problems before they even start. They dodge betrayal before it happens. They see danger before it gets close. You have that same power inside you. You just have to use it. Stop letting your mind talk you out of what your soul already knows. Stop giving people the benefit of the doubt when your spirit is telling you to be careful. Stop allowing yourself to be blindsided when the signs were there from the start. You don't need to wait for proof to protect yourself. You don't need to wait for things to go wrong before you listen to your gut. You can move now. You can protect yourself now. You can cut off the wrong energy now. The most successful, powerful, and unshakable people in this world are the ones who trust themselves completely. They don't ask for validation. They don't wait for others to agree. They make moves based on what they feel, and because of that, they stay ahead of the game. They stay in control. They don't waste time on the wrong people, wrong places, or wrong situations because they see it coming before it fully arrives. And that's exactly what you have to do. Your intuition is a gift. It is the strongest protection you have, but it only works if you use it. If you hear it and ignore it, you put yourself in danger. If you feel it and hesitate, you give negative energy a chance to get closer. And every time you do that, you weaken your ability to protect yourself. So from this moment forward, make a decision. No more ignoring the signs. No more doubting yourself. No more waiting until it's too late. Trust your gut, move with confidence, and protect your energy at all costs, because when you listen to your intuition, you will never be led astray.